Hi guys, my name is Rebecca Lee, and I have a challenge to issue to anyone brave enough to take it. But before I tell you about that, I want to tell you a little bit about me and what brought about this idea for this challenge. And anyway, some of you already know me. I have a few videos and a group on Facebook and different things. So. But for those of you who don't know me, as I said, my name is Rebecca Lee, and I'm just, I guess what you would call a regular person, but I don't think any of us are regular, right? We all have our stories. So I kind of want to share my story with you through a series of videos. But yeah, I'm just, at the moment I'm a mom. I have three, used to say 3 teenagers, but my son turned 20 this year. So anyway, I want to keep this real short. So I'll just let you know that I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a sister. I have a very supportive family. I have good friends that I love, and currently I'm a nanny for a beautiful little girl. So that's a little bit about me. And also, you need to know the reason that I came to the practice that I use, which is the basis of this challenge, is I struggled with depression. I still do, but I'm doing much, much better. Probably be considered recovered, but anyway, I don't want to get into that, but I just want to say that I struggled for years and years with my depression, and because of my depression, it was very hard for me to make decisions without becoming emotional. And anytime that you let your emotions lead your decision making, you make things worse. So that was number one. And I was a happy, I'm a bipolar personality, kind of. I was a happy individual. I would smile a lot. I would be friendly, but inside I would be very sad. I'm a very tearful person, even now, but not as much as then, obviously. But anyway, I have a few notes to hopefully keep me on track, because I tend to digress a lot, and I want to keep this video around 10 minutes. So anyway, I didn't know how to break free from allowing my emotions to control my decisions, and part of the problem was that I had negative thought patterns that I would get into, and it would be very hard to break free from those negative thoughts. I would try and think more positively, but I kept getting pulled back into the negative. So I had to change a few beliefs, and I had to gain some tools, and I've done that through different therapies and different books I've read, a lot of good things that a lot of good people that I've met along the way have helped me with this. So anyway, the point of my coming on here creating a video series is that I know a lot of people struggle with this, especially women, but men too. I mean, we get emotional. Men have emotions, and if you make decisions out of anger or sadness or fear's probably the biggest one that gets in there and helps us to really wreck our lives, really make our lives even worse. So sometimes we feel like we're protecting ourselves or protecting somebody else, and actually we're just making it worse. So I have a belief that there is good, there is evil, and so you'll hear me refer to following love, and that's just talking about following the goodness, the thing that I feel is the right thing. So however you feel, whatever your persuasion is spiritually, just go along with me and match it up to what you believe as much as you can. And it's not going to be for everybody, so no worries there. But perhaps I'll entertain you. I can get pretty quirky. I don't know. Anyway, see, I digress. So let me keep going. So basically, I want to issue a 30-day challenge to anyone who wants to try this out, see what I'm talking about, really go in depth. I have a group on Facebook, 30 Days of Letting Go. And I've done this challenge a few times with some really amazing, wonderful people. And so I just want to open this up to anybody who maybe doesn't use Facebook. Maybe you stumble upon this video on YouTube because you want to find a way to experience less stress, less fear, less negative in your life, and incorporate more positive in your life. And I really believe this will do it. It does not erase pain. It does not take your problems away, but it helps you deal with them in a way that you don't create more problems. You don't create more suffering in your life. So, I mean, that's where I'm coming from. Basically, this practice involves using mindfulness, really being present in the moment, really engaging with your life instead of overthinking things and being in your head all the time. It involves kindness, trying to not judge others, trying to not judge yourself, and just be kind to you, be kind to others. That always resolves situations faster. It always makes things not escalate, at least not as quickly, and it helps to keep things calm, makes things better. Anyway, so we approach life with a non-judgmental stance, meaning that when we're making decisions, because most of this boils down to the decisions that we make and how we're going to move forward, we do it in a non-judgmental way, so that just so that we're able to see the situation clearly, because some of our judgments are based on false beliefs and false ideas. So if you can pull that judgment piece out and look at it real factually and just say, this is what the situation is. I'm not going to worry about whether is it good or bad. I'm just going to look at the situation and how can I deal with this logically in the best way. So anyway, you can't do that without radical acceptance, radically accepting that this is how it is. And anytime in life, no matter how horrible the situation is, you're gonna get through it better. You're gonna thrive if you're able to radically accept instead of hide. I spent a lot of years hiding and running from my pain because I didn't want it. But the problem is, you can't escape life without pain. You have pain. It's just, that's the name of my channel, is Tears and Laughter. You're gonna have tears. We can't escape it. But we also don't have to shut ourselves off from the laughter because of the pain that we experience. And we don't have to add to that pain, which I was doing a lot of. I had probably, say, a bucket full of pain that life handed me, and then I added like 5, 6, 7, 8, just kept adding more suffering to what life had already doled out for me. So I think a lot of us get into that trap, and a lot of us do that. So ever since I've been using this practice, it's been a couple of years that I've really had a good handle on it. I've been more peaceful, I've been happier. I'm telling you, this stuff works. It's hard work sometimes. I have good days where this stuff is easy and life is gorgeous and I can really appreciate my blessings. And I have bad days where I'm really focused on the details and I'm really worried about the outcome of things. And I have to keep pulling myself out of those negative thought patterns and putting them back on the positive, which is what this is all about. You'll see my animals. I want to be totally honest with you guys. I'm not going to have perfect lighting or, this is not going to be professional. I want you to see my life in the raw as it is. I want to be a complete honest example. Otherwise, I'll spend hours and hours trying to get this to look professional and I won't be able to share with you. So I'm not even going to worry about anything but sharing examples from my day and letting you know how I'm dealing with life, so that perhaps you can apply those things to your life. I plan on having really short clips, 5-6 minutes. I do get talkative, so I might go over that. But for today, just kind of just throwing this out at you. So we'll get more in depth as we go. That's why it's going to be a series, just a little daily bite for you that you can digest easily. So for today, my challenge, if you choose to accept it for day 1, is to just kind of notice the thoughts that you have. And when you find yourself berating yourself or judging another person or just feeling negative, why does this always happen to me? Just kind of notice those thoughts and then try and replace them a little bit with, this doesn't always happen. Like, apply the truth to it. Take the emotional part out and say, okay, now, does this really always happen to me? Did it happen to me yesterday? It doesn't always happen to me, and I can deal with this. I can go forward. And something that you're going to hear me say over and over and over again is deal with the negative the best way that you can, but in those moments when you're not having to deal with it, which is most of them, you're not making a plan, you're not taking actions to deal with your negative stuff. In those moments when you're in the car, when you're just sitting on the couch, when you're enjoying time with friends, be in your life. Don't be in the negative worry and all that. And that takes practice, guys. It doesn't come instantly. You're going to be noticing today, if you really take this seriously, that your thoughts, if you're really needing this practice, I assume you're kind of where I was, and I had to constantly pull myself out of the negative and focus on the positive stuff. So, if I'm not having to deal with anything negative in the moment, I'm going to be looking up at the sky and noticing the clouds, because that's something that really calms me. And, I'm going to be noticing, I just take all my 5 senses and I really notice them. And it's amazing how doing this one simple thing will add so much joy and peace to your life, because you don't realize, or I didn't realize, how much time I was in my head with these negative thoughts, feeling resentful and angry. This person shouldn't treat me this way. And it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. You got to let go of that piece too. There's a lot of patterns and negative beliefs and things that we're going to let go of. We're just going to try and peel away those negative habits and focus and replace those with positive tools. I'm going to try and give you tools. So your tool today and your tool every day is going to be to really look around you, listen, find the things in your environment that you like, and focus on those. We're not hiding from our problems. We're only doing this in the moments when we don't have to figure it out, right? When we're driving in the car, and every time those negative thoughts come to you, you can say, I don't have to deal with this right now. When I get home or a little bit later today, then I can sit down and write out a plan and figure this out. But for right now, these worries, I don't need to worry about it. And I don't need to worry about, oh man, I need to lose weight, or, I need to do this more or that more. I don't need to worry about stopping bad habits right now. I can worry about that stuff later. In every moment that you don't have to deal with it, and you don't. I think we feel like we have to focus on this negative stuff to get it to go away, but it just makes it grow. So, like I said, we're not ignoring it. We're going to deal with the negative stuff, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I have a lot of action plans for dealing with the problems that crop up in life, and I got a lot of problems, so tons of material to work with. And something that helps me is that every time a new problem crops up, I'm like, good, another examples that I can share. So, and I'm not being sarcastic. I seriously view it that way. I try to view it in the most positive light as I can. But anyway, told you, I digress. I wanted 10 minutes. I've got almost 14. So anyway, this is me in the raw. You love me, you don't love me, it's okay. I don't mind. But I hope you get something out of this. I love you guys, and thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, congratulations. Take day 1, do it to the best of your ability, and I'll see you tomorrow. Comment below, let me know what you think. I love you guys. Bye.